Hello, everyone. My goodness. Today, exactly November 25, 2025. If there is a coincidence or not, who want to believe on that, that will be good. I believe in dates and things like that. It will be the last live of the year. The last YouTube live of the year. For the people that just joined the channel, I do 2 lives per month. The last Tuesday of the month, I do the yellow file session. And the first Tuesday of the month, we talked about random topics that can be about corporate businesses, all in Portuguese, and the yellow file session, which is today, on the last Tuesday of each single month, it's all in English, where I review and I share with you of what a lot of my clients experience within the yellow files. But I want to know about you guys that are on the other side of the screen. We have 8.3 billion people around the world. We have 8.3 billion people with different habits, with different routines, with different train of thoughts, with different traits. But one thing for sure, I think we can have the automation like we're currently having right now. We can have it as we're having the automation of artificial intelligence, AI, but nothing will ever replace the human touch. Nothing will ever replace the human taste. Also, nothing will ever replace the human vision. Nothing will ever replace the way the human race is in this world, at least when we remain alive. The purpose of today's last live of the month, the yellow file session for you. I want to talk to you about something that we have to create regardless if we like it or not. That are some things that yes, we do have to do things that we enjoy and other things we don't enjoy doing it. The things that we propose ourselves to do, they're habits. And the actions embedded inside of the habits that you decided to have in your life, they become routines. Welcome to the life of people that follow through their dreams by using habits and transforming them in daily routines. And believe me, we're talking about people that are athletes, for instance. The athletes, they have the habit of exercising and they create a routine. It might be easy, of course not. Why do I speak perfect English in tip-top shape? Because I'm always practicing my English. But one thing you will have to think for next year. Jot down, take a notepad, take a pen, and write down the habits that you disguise, that you disguise. Write down the habits that are currently okay, but you need to renew all of them. And finally, write down the habits that are not worth it anymore continuing. You need to write. It is also known that by writing, handwriting on a notepad, it increases by 30% the brain activity. You can be from a generation that like to text a lot of things, but nothing will ever replace you grabbing a pen and handwrite your thoughts. I want to share with you something that my clients take advantage of it, and I will just share it with you for people that are follow me on YouTube. You will be to see where I'm sharing right now. My yellow file. We talk about the human senses. We're talking about the human senses. You know, I have the habit to read 3 pages every single day, religiously. If there is a day I skip, that's fine. I'm human. But I found out in a book, and based on researches too, our body generates 11 million of sensory receptors again and again and again and again. 11 million of sensory receptors. And more than 90% of the sensory receptors, they are related to our vision. We're visual people. Don't be afraid of what you see. Don't be afraid of what you hear. Don't be afraid of what you taste. Don't be afraid of what you touch. Be afraid of not being afraid of creating a new habit. Because if you can see, if you can hear, if you can smell, if you can touch and you can taste, you are in tip top shape. You're perfect. And there is no Botox that will go. Nothing against Botox. I have not done any Botox in my face. I just have makeup on. No hurt intended here. There is no Botox that will fix this, all this. The perfection that my body is and our body is. Don't forget that. The other thing that people ask me a lot, like, how can I create habits? Look at here at the tape. You can't have a big habit. You need to trim it down into mini, tiny habit, going through the medium habit, and finally getting the reward of a big habit. It's like when you have a small goal, a medium goal, and a long goal. Think as if this habit will turn as a luxury item. Like I'm here on this table that you can see it here. Many habits stretch for a minute. You will create the routine of a more flexible body for sure. It just came from my Pilates class. That's true. The other thing, write one sentence. Please handwrite. You can text, but handwrite it. You keep the originality flowing because we have fruitful imaginations. Buying a book. Oh, I prefer Kindle. Get a book. Take advantage that right now we are on Black Friday sales. Like, take advantage. Buy a book. Buy it. I like books primarily because I take notes and I turn mean habits. Sip water every hour. You'll keep the routine, consistency, energy. Breathe. Inhale and exhale for 5 seconds. You will for sure will be calmer even when you are in the middle of a thunderstorm. And the message that I want to convey today is last closure of the year with the lives on YouTube. You can't create a routine without a habit. You need to have a habit that will lead you to have a routine, not a way around. If you repeat that habit, it will create a reward for sure. And one more thing before I close this yellow flag, I'm going to stop sharing here and I'm here. I want to tell you, you need to trace the habits. If you're doing good, if you need to make adjustments, if you need to make fine adjustments, everything needs to be adjusted. What you provided on January, it may not be applicable for now, for sure. What you propose yourself on the short term, mid term, and long term, if it doesn't happen, you're going to get depressed. No, you're going to rearrange and draw up these habits that will bring you a new routine. At the end of the day, we are alive. Don't forget that. I am alive, you're alive, you're on a mission. You're not here to make money, you're not here to be successful. You're here on a mission. This is all that I told you. Of course, it will happen as a consequence of the habits that you threw up, that you have tiny routines on a daily basis. So train your thoughts, train your habits, and train your routines. And my message for you is that we're going to be back in 2026 as far as I am alive. I'm out here. I'm here. As far as I'm up and running and working, you can count on me. But if you create a new habit with tiny routines and mini habits, small habits, medium habits, you're going to be more successful than what you would have first envisioned a big habit. Break it down. And my message again for you, of course, are my two jargons. Hello, everyone, and bye now. But never forget that is start doing something that you love and that you're passionate about it, including creating habits that will lead to a routine. I wish you all a wonderful end of 2025. And I will be seeing you for sure on the first Tuesday of 2026 because we're giving a break in December of the lives. But for sure, as far as I'm alive, up and running, and I have my blood through my bloodstream and my brain is functioning, you can count on me. See you in 2026. Hello, everyone. Hello, opportunities. Treat your life as a luxury item and bye for now. Thank you.